So now let's see how we can convert month, which is represented in this particular form, to pure number form in this way. In order to do that, there are two possibilities. One is using ifs or VLOOKUP method, whereby we simply check the content of this particular column, original column of month, and correspondingly replace it with 1, 2, 3, 4 by using ifs or VLOOKUP method. You already know how to do that. We have learned it earlier. Now, let's see how we can do it in a different way by breaking down this text and using part of it for our purpose. And for that, we are going to use the prefix of 1 to 12. There are three methods in which you can select characters from a text, and those are left, right, and mid. These are the three functions available using the FX tab or formula tab. And in this particular case, we are going to use left. So left function allows you to pick certain number of characters from the left end of the text. Similarly, right would allow you to pick certain number of characters from the right end of the text, and mid would allow you to pick certain number of characters from any position you specify in the middle of the text. In this case, we are going to use left. However, before we use that function, we need to examine our records and see how many number of characters we need to pick. So for these cells, we need to just pick one number of character from the left. However, in these cases, we need to pick two. So in this huge data file, there will be some cells where you will need to pick one and some you need to pick two. So how do we decide that? We need to apply a particular logic. However, while looking at this, we realize that if we pick two characters from this, then it is going to pick the digit and a space, which is sort of okay because we can delete the space by using another function. So let's first use this simple method, and then I will show you how to apply a logical formula to pick exact number of digits from the left in this particular case. So let's begin. I'm going to use this option and pick this. It was there because I was using it, and the text is this, and the number of characters we said we are going to pick 2 characters, and we click OK, and we drag the formula down. So let me remove the formula from these cells and just leave the actual values which we have derived. I'm going to copy this, Control C, then right click on this range, click on Paste Special and click on Values. What I have done is I have removed the formula and just left what was picked from by using the left function. Now if I double click here, you will see that there is an additional space after the digit. In this case, there is no space after the digit. However, when you double click and release, Excel identifies that this is just a number and removes that extra space. However, if you want to delete that space using a function, then there is a function called trim. So if I use trim, open bracket, and select this particular text and close bracket and hit enter, now that text is gone. Let me copy and paste as values. Now if I double click, you see that we have deleted the space. So there are 2 ways in which you delete the space. One, Excel will delete by itself because it recognizes that that space is redundant. And second, you can delete the extra spaces by using a trim function. Look at the trim function description in functions tab to understand it better. So this was one method of picking the digits from the left. The second method is to pick exact number of digits from the left depending on the type of text which is present in the cell. And for that, we are going to use one more function along with left. And that function is to calculate the length of the text. So let's find out what function that is. I'm going to click on the FX button and I will type in this description, find length of text, and hit enter. So here it gives us find. It says returns the starting position of one string. This is not what we want. Next is LEN, returns the number of characters in the text string. This is what we need. So we are going to click on this, and there is only one parameter, which is the text. So we are going to select this text and click on OK. So and we drag this until the bottom. It gives us the length of this text, which is for this area it is 7, and for the remaining 3 cells it is 8. Now let's examine this particular cell and give it a closer look. We see that this cell has a specific format. 1, the prefix, which can be either 1 digit or 2 digits. Next, it has a space, and there is only one space, followed by 3 characters of month and 2 digits of year. So the space, the 3 characters and 2 digits are same everywhere, which is 1 plus 3, 4 plus 2, 6. If I delete or if I subtract 6 from this number, I'm going to get the exact number of digits I need to pick from this text. And that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to write a formula inside the left function to arrive at the exact number of characters we want to pick from this text. And let's see how to do that. The formula which needs to be written inside the left function is this, minus 6. So if I type here minus 6, it is going to give me the exact number of characters I need to pick from the left side. So have a close look at this formula. You can either copy this information by Control C and then we write the left function. We'll click on FX and select left. We select this particular cell as the text and we paste, which is Control V, and hit OK, and it gives you the result. The second method is to manually type the formula. So I once again click on left, I select this cell and I type the formula which I know is LEN open bracket particular cell close bracket minus 6 and I click on OK. So that gives us the required prefix, which is 2. If I double click on this bottom right corner, I'm going to get all the prefixes. So this was the second method by which you logically calculate how many number of digits you want to pick from the left side. And with that, we complete our exercise of converting data in the month column, which was present in text format, to a pure number format. And in this process, we have learned 4 new functions. One is left, trim, length, and with same logic you can use the right function too. So try out these options in any other sheet for your practice purpose, because these functions can get really handy at times.